And we're back to another episode of Let's Play PC Building Simulator. I'm your host, the RPG Guy. And yes, we are still putting together our water cooling collection here. We spent about 12 grand on parts to add to our used parts here, strictly for water cooling. And we're going to get this all built and set up. And we are still on RAM. We still got a lot of RAM left. So 1, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 122. We still got 22 of these left. Oh my god. So let's get it done. That's a lot. 22 water-cooled rigs. I don't even think we have that many parts, but we'll figure it out. Hide low. I didn't think we had that many sticks of memory, but now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, yeah, I think we did. Even low-powered stuff, so we could do cheap heat sinks, cheap water cooling rigs, like middle-tier stuff. So lots of memory. We might just spend the whole episode doing the goddamn memory cards. I may have even bought extras just in case, too. So there is that. But I don't think I did. Memory, hide low. There's 4 at 2800. We really get bored, we could always take a break from this too, but we're now getting into the 2600s, so we were more than half. We should be roughly halfway through this entirely, because we did a bunch of, we used all of our 2-stick ones. And I'm not going to buy any more 2-sticks for the time being, because we do need regular parts for our regular PCs. And fair enough, if we feel that we have more liquid cooling stuff just lying around, we could do a few more sticks for our middle tier computers. So that is a thing. But I figure, you know, we could overclock some of these lower performance sticks. I think we ended up actually having some memory card, a set of 4 that we missed that were pretty good, because we had 2 new sticks and 2 used sticks. So that lowest tier one we'll leave alone. The lowest quality, because it's the lowest quality. But, you know, this is a $100 per group upgrade. Actually, no. Was it? No, I thought it was cheaper than that. This is pretty... I believe this is actually a really cheap upgrade in comparison to the motherboards and the graphics card, you know, all those graphics cards and stuff that we're going to water cool. Liquid cool. It's not exactly all water. It's like mineral oil. There's all, not mineral oil. I know it's not like straight up always water. It's like a coolant. It's like a mixture. It's not just straight tap water, if my memory serves me right. Right low. Looking for the next 4 to do. It's more. Okay, now we're getting into 2400s, and there's a lot of these. So there's at least probably 3 sets of these. I think from looking at it. It could be 2 sets, but still, that's a lot. We'll finally get to see the game give us a bonus for Liquid Cool, because they don't give us a bonus for the AIO stuff. They only give it to us for the custom stuff, which this would be part of that. And I wonder how much we get for each water-cooled piece. I'd assume $50 for each, maybe, which actually pays for a fraction of that bonus, on top of the fact we can up the performance on this stuff a bit more. Okay, hold on. Let's do it the other way. High to low. Why am I finding... Oh, these are 8 gig. That's why. I'm like, why am I finding stuff at the higher speed all of a sudden? And maybe I should actually start looking at that, but whatever. We should have enough, except for the last tier. Because we're doing all 16 gig sticks right now. We could also, for fun, depending on how much money we have left over, do a best rig we could possibly build with what's available. But I guarantee you not all the boards are going to be water coolable. Doesn't mean we can't do it. And then sell that. But I don't think we'll get a lot of money for it. But it's something, it might be fun to do. But we might even wait till endgame to maybe do that. Next set of 4. A zone out moment there for a second. So I think I actually did this wrong. Not in a bad way. Like I'm doing 4 sticks and I was looking for everything that's 4 sticked rather than doing things based on their straight up speeds and performances. Which is really what I probably should have done. But there's no way to sort it by performance, I don't think. Well, I'll check in the menu next setup here. Next time we will definitely set it up by performance. Because that's probably more important than the actual amount of sticks of RAM. It'll just be neat to see some motherboards completely full of shit. Alright. I may have miscounted some of this too. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're getting into the 8 gig 32 setup. 3000 series. Which are good cards. They're just not they're not 16 gig. There's a debate. And my understanding, and anybody who's tech savvy, please let me know in the comments below. Memory speed is sometimes more important than the amount of memory. As long as you meet the minimum amount of memory requirements for the stuff you want to run. But then once you meet that requirement, let's say you need, let's say 32 gigs to run a moderately good system. From there, you don't care about having more memory, you care about how fast that memory is. And that it works with your motherboard at those speeds. Just because it says it works at that speed doesn't necessarily mean that it works in testing, but... There we go. So many sticks of memory. So many sticks. Should be more than halfway done, though. We'll take a look at the amount of these. Yeah, 4, 8. We got 12 left. And that's probably one more than we actually... No, there's probably 12. And then I might make an executive decision if I don't feel we should burn through some of our stuff here. It's 3636. Here's a 3600 set here. We're gonna have so much liquid cooled RAM, it's gonna be hilarious. Some of these rigs are gonna be crazy, just in the way that they look on the inside. I think we got big fucking towers that we have not fiddled with. I think for those really crazy Ryzen ones that have the video cards on the opposite side of the motherboard, probably just going to do single carders, no water cooling for those guys. But for some of our other ones, we've got some interesting options available to us. And we still got to do the video cards and the motherboards. We'll do the motherboards next because we got to do every motherboard. I might even buy some motherboards too down the road for certain systems that we want to work on. I'm not committed to certain setups yet, so there may be some other, motherboards that we don't have that we can liquid cool. That might accept the memory speeds that we need on some of those higher ones. But again, it's not a full commitment because we don't have to water cool the motherboard. Because you have your choice of the motherboard or doing a water-cooled heatsink. Those are our options. So we're not up the river without a paddle, per se. If we can't heatsink the motherboard, we're just doing it because it's available. You have your choice of one or the other. So we'll figure out how many of those we actually have at some point, and then buy a few extra if we think we need it down the road. But we do have some spares on us that are used, so I'd be reluctant to buy new stuff while we have old stuff that we could use. Here we have 2 sets here of Der Viper. Okay. Some of them look like they would work too when you're looking at them for a second, but the RAM sticks are so similar in look, you think it's this exact same thing, and it's not. One of these days, maybe if the channel ever grew big enough and we had some fun money, we'd make a computer and then maybe raffle it off or something for a fundraiser for the channel. That'd be cool, huh? Try to build one using the knowledge that we have obtained from PC Building Simulator to make a decent, not over the top, but a moderately good PC gaming tower. And I'll record myself doing it on the bench out in the garage. We'll get one of the guys from the chairman of the board, who's he rarely shows up, but he does show up once in a while. And he builds computers for a living. And it'd be fun to bring him in on this. Maybe raise some money for the channel and watch him build a computer over the course of a few days. Then we're getting into those. Okay. I'm sure we can get the RAM and the motherboards done this episode, and possibly the video cards is what I'm hoping to do. And if we can start a build, that would be nice. Maybe not start the best build. We might want to practice with a slightly lesser build if we're running low on time, but definitely play around with the idea. Almost through it, guys. We're almost there. We're in the final stretch when it comes to these guys. The video cards are probably going to take the longest, but there's not nearly as many to do. I think there's 10 or 11 that we have planned, scheduled to do. Though I might do the others anyway, just based on how much shit we have water cooled. We may have to just prep for that anyway. The singles. But let's get the ones that are definitely good cards and large amounts of cards done first. We can always water cool those guys down the road. Because this is going to be a multi-episode, probably 2-week long process, video show-wise, you know, to get through all of this work. And then we start putting them out on the market to see what their values are and stuff. But it'll be fun. It is fun doing it. You know, you got to admit. We know it's the T-Force with the red. No, that's it, actually. Yeah, okay. So now we're into these 4, and then we're down into these 4. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. In all honesty, I'm debating on doing the 2000 series. Even though we bought the parts. We may as well do it because we bought the parts. But like I said, in the future, we're going to solely base it on, I think, on performance. And buy 2 sets and 4 sets. And do it that way. Would we do a water cooled system if we did one like live? Probably not. Maybe an AIO cooler, but we probably wouldn't do like a custom water thing, but maybe like the second or third time we ever do a fundraiser like that. It'd be cool to like once a year raise enough money to kind of build a cool computer and then raffle it off at a fundraiser for the channel. That would be something fun to do. Maybe even have you guys pick some of the parts, performance levels of parts, rather. Not the parts itself, but what performance we can afford to do would be kind of cool. Maybe do it for charity. Not necessarily like for the channel, just even for charity. All kinds of options we could do. Actually, when we do the motherboards, we'll know what processors we put into some of them. I definitely want to do a full motherboard rig if we can. Fully water cooled. Every element of it water cooled, and then we can play around with numbers and stuff and see what the water cooling actually does performance wise. What things can we fuck with performance wise for the best, you know, straight up performance. How much does water cooling allow us to get away with? So we probably only have... How many things do we have left? Oh, we had like 4 left. Maybe I actually accidentally bought a few extra. Which is fine. Maybe I did buy a few extra just in case. Yeah, there's 2 more left. I'll double check as we go through the memory here. There's definitely 4 there. There are a lot of 3s, 2s, some singles. No, I think I bought 1 extra. 2 extra, actually, from the look of it, because this is the last one. So we bought 2 extra, which is fine. Theoretically, we could buy 2 more 2-sticks kits. Just the cup link thing. No, we have one extra. One extra. Yeah, because I miscounted, so technically we would have had 2 extra if my counting was better. All right. Don't care about the order we do this in. Probably take the best one that we have. So maybe... Yeah, they're different base frequencies. And a boosted frequency. I guess it doesn't really matter between the two at the end of the day. That's a lot faster. Another AM4. But you got some good AM4 stuff, so. We're noticing really only 4-stick ones here, not looking for one to have actually 8. That would be really cool. We'll put the best shit we have on it for that, but I don't think I see any that are 8. I even see some that are 2 only, so that's a little bit of a letdown. Because yeah, but that might be something closer to endgame that we'll see. I'm not really, you know, my biggest problem is I'm not really paying attention to, oh my God. I'm not really paying attention to what these boards can handle card-wise. This definitely is at best a 3 card. Three, 2, 2, 2, 3. So no 4s. So we might have some 3 cards, but I don't think we actually, no, I don't think we do. We'll worry about that juncture when we get there. Does make me have to be more thoughtful going forward. Got a lot of these non-thread rippers that are really beastly. That's a shame it's only 2-stick. This will be more of a middle tier liquid cooled one probably. So we don't want to probably put our best stuff in that if we can avoid it. Definitely go maybe with an, the i7s are pretty much it. You know what, let's just do it anyway. But maybe our single card, high performance single cards that we can liquid cool in with this one. We got 2 of these too, that's kind of weak. For some reason it doesn't want to get off, take it off, which is kind of weird. All right. Last one. And maybe we'll just buy that third video card. See if we can get 3 video cards in there. Though the spacing doesn't look like it would support it too well. But I can't believe we don't have a... Well, we do have a 4 card in water cooling. But it doesn't mean just because this is water cooled doesn't mean the whole computer has to be. You know, for some of these guys. I think that's our last one. Yep. So now we get into the cards, the graphics cards. These ones are going to take the longest to do, I think. I'm not doing these in order, I just realized. Cards look different. These cards look different on the inside, which is kind of neat. So more effort could have been made on the RAM to look different on the inside, but at least they did the motherboards, of course, duh, and some of the other tools, some of the other items. Imagine being a hardware engineer who understands every little thing on this board and what it means. Imagine that. Wrap your head around that. And also wrap your head around that they might know how to fix a bad board if they were to get one. Like if it's something simple like a capacitor. Then we get into... We're going to get into the ones we don't have doubles of in a minute here. Look at how stinky this guy is. It's all show. However, one would argue the performance on it's going to be pretty good. Excuse me. I'm out of my G Fuel here. I'm going to have some Ito N Jasmine Green Tea. I'm sure we didn't do these. Yeah. Okay, so now we want to go low to high. So we have enough to do those guys. And then I think these ones here in the middle we did not do. Oh, we did this one because there's 3 of them. So we did, let's do these guys because we got all of these to do. Brr. Yeah, we'll be lucky to get this done in the allotted time I usually do for these episodes here. We want it to clear. But we should be able to get it done before the end of this episode. All the liquid cool stuff that we have here. It's neat to see that we do have the possibility of doing a triple GPU if they'll fit. Water cooled. Liquid cooled. If we can do that, we'll find a fucking way to make that work. We'll easily make the 12 grand back on the first 4 computers, if even that, you know. You could argue we've probably spent maybe $300 per water-cooled system that has everything in it water-cooled. I would make that argument. Because these are about 100. The RAM isn't much more than 100. The motherboard adapter is probably 100. And then I guess the fans and stuff. So we spent maybe $500 to these high-end computers. But the turnaround on it should be fucking amazing. Should be. Well, we will see once we get there. With all the parts we have lying around. Could work in our favor or it could work against us. Figuring out the cases is going to be tricky. Like I said, we're going to leave this water cooling station open, so we're only going to work on 3AE roughly at a time. Just because of the situation with it. Sorting it out. There it is, right there. Seems like I have another one just sitting there. I don't know why. I have an extra one of these. Not the card, but the water cooler. But I end up with an extra one is a little beyond me. And we have oh, there's a 1080 in there. So I bet you that's what it is. We got that 1080 probably, or 2080 or whatever. Figure it out in a minute. Go to high. Okay. And those 3. I guess this one. No. So neither of those. I guess I just bought one on accident, maybe? I must have bought one on accident. Oh well. Looks like we only got these 3 left. We can also check our inventory once we finish this triple here. I only bought 2 of these, but it clearly looked like I had 3 of them. Maybe that's what happened. Okay, well, let's see. So we need a 2060, 2070 Super M1, I think. Yeah. Almost want to do the rest of these anyway. So let's get this 2070 RTX Super 8. Yeah, we need one of these. And then let's figure out the rest. I'd rather just have it all done. So we'll do it in the order it shows up here. 2080 Ti. Ti Founders. And that's also for the blower. I don't think we have a blower. We do have a blower. So that one works for both. So those two are done. 2080 Ti amp. It's got to be this one. It's like everything. How many? Okay, it's not one of these. It's not one of these. It's not that. So it's got to be that and a bunch of it too. I see the Zotac. It goes on past what we can read, so it's got to be like all of them, all the 2080 series pretty much. Let's see how many 2080s are actually here that are not counted for. This one, 2, 3. No, that's a 2060. So how many 2080s? Just the one. There's 2. So let's get 2 of those. And then what do we have here for 2070? 2070 Super and Ultra. Super and Ultra. Buy that. And then we have a 2060, I believe. Yeah, 2060. We'll do same day. Spending a little bit more, but that's all right. Rather get all the... We'll just do all the cards and not have to worry about figuring it out later. So we have a bunch of cards on us that are not water coolable, so may as well just do it. That's my first initial judgment. Now that we know how much money we're sitting on, makes sense to kind of just bite the bullet and do it. And then what we could do is revert this back. Well, no, we'll wait till we've gotten rid of all of our liquid cooled stuff, then revert this back. Meaning we're not going to make our best rigs first and foremost. We're going to make water cooled ones as best as we can, all the way down to the worst water cooled ones, using this table that require parts from this table. And then we'll figure the rest out from there. To me, that's the best way to handle it, because we might want to purchase another another 1 or 2 items. I'm willing to spend around 10 grand extra, even as much as 20 if it comes to that, just to build some really awesome computers to put out there with what used parts we have. So it wouldn't hurt. Definitely wouldn't hurt to invest a little bit more as needed. But I don't want to have to keep swapping the table performance every time I want to do it. It's weird how there's 2 different things that look completely different that would fit that. Wait, what? All right, we'll come back to that. I don't know why that happened, but it fucking did. Unless it was one of the ones we just used. I think it was a Zotac, so that might be why. He's going to have 2 fucking things I can't use, which means I either buy things for it or I just sell it. I probably will sell it. We'll want that money back. Maybe I read wrong. Sell that extra Founders one that we have too. All right. Worry about radiators and basins when we get there. We bought a whole bunch anyway, so we bought like 10 sets, 10 kits pretty much, so we should have enough for everything. Okay, so we don't have one for those two. The 2080 Ti and the 2080 Super. So I think we used these on the other one. Really quick, let's get rid of the extra ones that we have here. Yeah, those probably went on that other one. Yeah, now it's going. You know what? I might buy a third liquid cooled 1070 because we have, I think, a 3-card one we could do. Because we have that extra kit, but I don't know if it's worth buying another 1070 Ti. Worry about that when we get there. All right. Now let's see what's in our inventory here for custom water cooling, GPU blocks. These are left over. That's the 1080 Ti Founders Edition, and then that's for 3090 Trio, and I think it was a 3080 Trio that we accidentally had. So, let's think this through. Let's buy one more 1070. We're done with this for now. This is the one here. Same day it. And we'll liquid cool it. And then we'll have a set of 3 and a set of 4. So remember, some of those full motherboard kits can accept 3 cards. But definitely one of them is going to get fucking 4. But it's not going to be one of the ones. I don't think there was any 4 liquid cooled motherboards that we could do. All right. That is official. We be done with this, with the liquid cooling stuff. I'm not going to buy any more cards or anything further. So we're going to convert this back to build mode. All right. Well, wow. We definitely want to look at choose some cases here that are nice and spacious. Everything we have is going to be perfect for that, mind you. I don't want to do the Ryzens. Those guys in particular, they're a bastard to fucking dick around with. So, rather go with. I'm going to trust in the Leilani. Part of me is like, you shouldn't. You had an issue last time, remember? And the other part of me is like, yeah, but Leon Lee. We've had good luck with them. Though this is the XL Meshify. That one's an option. But I do want to pick out some cases here. Here's the extra large Leon Lee. Let's grab that. Maybe grab that and maybe one of those weird Ryzen Tech ones that are kind of on an angle. When it decides to load, I should have saved. Because it could lock up on this. Those are going to be way down here at the end. Here we go. Let's pull out these 3 big chunguses to work on. Let's save our game. Just in case the game's like, yeah, guess what? You're doing way too much shit. Those chunguses are pretty good. They're pretty spacious. They should be able to accept almost anything we shove into them. Including 4 cards. Those will be for lessers. Less, definitely lesser. Got a lot of Leon Lees here. Let me grab a second Chungus and a second Leon Lee, I think. There's a Chungus. Then we'll put in a Leon Lee extra large. And we should have a nice series of computers to work with to see what will fit and what won't. And I think we want the extra large, a couple extra larges here. I don't want to do the dynamic. I think that's technically a smaller case. It looks smaller too, so let's do this one. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So we've got our different towers. This one's a little disappointing in size, so we'll do that one last. This one looks like the best of the Leon Lee. Then we've got our big chunguses here. We're definitely gonna just start taking shit out, I think. Well, no. We could put that back in the drive bay for now. Yeah, what are we gonna put in here? Oh boy. Motherboards. See, it's not sorted that way. So we got, let's see, water coolable, M2 overclocked, and then from high to low. Yeah, here we go. So we got this guy with a ramp speed at 5,000, 4,400, 4,000. So let's put this in. But we're not going to get too far into this because we got to save this for the next episode. What I would like to do, possibly, however, is put in, you know, the motherboards we want to use. So that's a 5,000 performance. This one here, 45, 6,800. I don't even think we have RAM that high. But we do have a 4,000. This is one of the Ryzen's, the 3 GPUs. I didn't check the other ones. So this might be one of the 3 GPU candidates that we got. And then we'll do that. We'll do a 3 GPU. I think one as well on this one. Well, we don't have more than one 3 GPU, so it doesn't really matter, actually. So this guy's a good candidate because it's only 2 GPU, right? It doesn't say PCI slots 2 yet. Well, we've got, well, wait a minute. We got 2 triples, right? I didn't check that first one. It looks like it's got 3. 1, 2, 3. So do a triple there, and then maybe a double here, even though we may not need the double. There's a 4 in the Godlike. That's not water cooled at its core though. But we'll deal with all of these heat synced up ones before we start going into the big ones. I think this one only accepts 2, which is fine by me. All right, and this is a great place for us to stop right now. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/JackDarcyDus for more live gaming action, because when we come back, we will be starting our liquid cooling fiasco here. It's going to be crazy trying to get all this to work. I'll be surprised if we can get it all to work right out the gate, too, but we'll see how that goes. So thanks for stopping by, guys, and we'll see you guys next time.